What's up guys, Lou here, back with another video. That makes 3 videos in the last 3 days. So thumbs up for that intense level of productivity that we haven't seen in a while here on Unbox Therapy. And thumbs up to you guys for actually watching all of them. I hope you have. Go back, watch more videos. Anyways, today we're talking about the Scuf One controller. And you're gonna ask, what the hell is the Scuf One controller, Lou? Well, as far as I know, it is a professional controller for the Xbox One. It can be used by casual gamers as well, but there are a couple of features and functions that should improve your gameplay over the stock Xbox One controller. And they have been cool enough to send me 2 different Scuf One controllers to look at. So I'm gonna set one to the side for a moment. You can see on the box, Scuf Gaming, professional controller, elite engineering, powerful precision, full hand control, victory. That's right, you heard it here first. Your key to victory. Actually, I want to show you this side of the box real quick as well. You can see concealed adjustable hair trigger and stop mechanism, which is removable. That's on your triggers, obviously. 2 or 4 paddles on the back. I'll talk more about that after we get inside the box. Electromagnetic remapping scuff grip if you want it. New Scuf thumbsticks, weight reduction, and customize your controller. So of course, any of these features and functions are customizable by you if you are interested in a Scuf One controller or a Scuf controller for your Xbox 360 or last generation console. All right, let's go ahead and open up the first of the 2 controllers. I'm actually kind of excited for these. I've seen pictures online, but never handled a Scuf controller myself. So you'll see that once you buy it, you're actually not completely done with the configuration. You can find the perfect hair trigger and stop mechanism placement for your triggers. And that just means that you won't have to press down as far to activate a gunshot, which means you can fire off more in rapid sequence. Whoa, so there is the first of 2 controllers. A few things down on the bottom. I'll put the controller down for a minute. Okay, so this is your screwdriver for making those adjustments, as well as a spudger. That's what we used to call them back in the day when I was in the business fixing iPods and stuff like that. And then a couple of batteries. So this is obviously a red Scuf One. The first thing I notice is these different thumbsticks here. They have a curved or domed design, unlike the concave in the stock thumbstick. I know a lot of people are a fan of this style right here. It's a little bit grippy, but durable feeling. You guys know that I reported on a problem with my PlayStation 4 thumbsticks where they were wearing off. These feel a little bit more durable. Of course, time will tell, but a nice sort of mix between hard plastic and grippy rubberized vibe going on there. And you have the Scuf logo in the center of both thumbsticks, which provides even more grip. Now, what makes a Scuf controller special are these buttons right here on the back. And of course, this grip too. This is obviously a specialized grip. And these buttons are actually remaps of your standard X, A, Y, B buttons. And the reason you might want those remapped to the back, as you can see here, I'm capable of pressing them without moving my thumb from the ever important right thumbstick. You see, I can all of a sudden hit those buttons. So if it's jump, for example, I can jump around while maintaining my level of control on the right thumbstick. Normally I'd have to, take my thumb off in order to do that. Some individuals prior to Scuf controllers used a grip called claw, where they would actually move their index finger to this location so they could maintain their control of the thumbstick. I've never been a fan of that style. It's just never worked well for me. So this is a lot more functional. Now, you can order Scuf controllers with all 4 of the buttons remapped to the back, or just 1, 2, 3, whatever it is that you want. And you can add more in the future if you want as well. This portion here actually slides off. That's where your batteries are gonna go. And you can see where those buttons have been remapped. So these little paddles are actually acting as the ignition point for those little buttons there. On the inside, we have this military style grip, which feels fairly durable and should probably provide decent grip even if your hands are getting a little bit sweaty. And then on the outside, we actually have these grooves where your fingers are gonna fit in. And this is a slightly stickier rubber on the outside here. So this one has been outfitted with the full-on Scuf setup. This is really comfy. Oh, almost forgot the trigger. So you'll see here that the trigger has a very short, see that? A very short activation point. So there's a stop in there, which allows for you to fire off rounds a lot quicker than if you had to push it all the way in like the traditional Xbox One trigger. As I said before, these are adjustable, and that's why they give you the tools, and that's why they give you the little paperwork there to help you get that set up perfectly for you. But this looks perfect for first-person shooters, whether you're playing Call of Duty, Titanfall, etc. You've got that really quick hair trigger there. So there is controller number one, the red one. And let's get to the second one here, which I assume is going to be slightly different. We'll see which customizations exist on this one. So once again, we are greeted with the exact same paperwork to set your Scuf up and get the correct hair trigger on there. Whoa, now that is badass, folks. This kind of like black and red camo going on. Big fan of that. Now, in this particular instance, we have a different kind of thumbstick setup. These ones are concaved, similar to your standard Xbox One controller, but they are a slightly nicer texture, similar to the texture on the first controller here, but again, concaved instead of the dome that you see on the other controller or on a PlayStation controller from the PS3, for example. Wow, those are really comfy. Can't tell which one I like better right now. I think I like this concave a little bit better. And we have blacked out buttons. That's cool. So in this case, you can see they're blacked out from the stock ones. And then if we flip it over, we are outfitted with 2 Scuf buttons. Now this is a popular setup for a lot of people as well. They don't want to get confused back there, and they don't really need to have absolutely rapid access to some of those buttons that would normally be mapped here. So in this case, a little bit less cluttered in the back. You have 2 buttons instead of 4. As I said before, you can even do 1 if you want. We have that same kind of grip from the previous one, the Scuf grip. You have the 4-button option followed by the 2-button option. And as I said earlier, completely customizable. That is up to you, whichever you prefer and however you see using it. All right, so there you have it. 2 very cool controllers from Scuf. I'm probably a little bit partial to the one on the left just because of that killer paint job, the black and red look to it. And I also think I'm a bigger fan of the slightly concaved thumbsticks, as I mentioned before, but both are really cool controllers and definitely an upgrade over your stock Xbox One controller, especially since, like I said, for first-person shooter games, it's so important to keep your finger, your thumb on that right thumbstick, and having these extra buttons on the back allows you to do that. So this is a really great setup, and a lot of competitive gamers are using these Scuf controllers. So when you're playing online, you might be at a disadvantage if other users in that particular multiplayer game have Scuf controllers and you don't. So that wraps up this video. Thanks as always for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this content, please remember to leave a thumbs up down below, as it does help out a bunch. If you're not a subscriber yet, now is as good a time as any to become one. And once again, big thanks to Scuf for sending these out for me to play with, which is what I'm gonna go and do right now and hopefully improve my skills, because trust me, my skills need improving. All you youngsters been kicking my ass online. All right, that wraps this up. Later, guys.